Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Mizamani G. It's time to do a recap of last night's first four episodes of Part 1 of Stranger Things Season 5. Yes!
Y'all ready for this?
Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Mizamani G. Yes, it has finally come to this. It is the beginning of the end. And the way Netflix has decided to do the fifth and final season of Stranger Things, they have broken up into three parts. Last night we got the first four episodes of part one. And on 25th of December, Christmas Day, we're going to get the next three parts. And on New Year's Eve, we'll get the final episode. So there's eight episodes breaking into three parts. You got four last night, bringing in three on Christmas Day, and the finale on New Year's Eve. So, so that's how Netflix has broken this up. Because hey, look, it's the final season of Stranger Things. It's one of Netflix's best overall shows. I have actually enjoyed all the episodes. When I finally got into Stranger Things about several years ago, not when it first came out, and all I can say is a lot of stuff happened within the first four episodes. So, of course, as is always, if you have not seen Stranger Things after part one, because I'll be doing some spoilers in here, I would say stop the video now, go watch Stranger Things available on Netflix, then come back and watch my recap. Just like I did with my Welcome to Deary series, you have been warned. Now, just to give a brief synopsis of what happened last in episode four, we see that Vecna, who was actually, we learned who he really was. He was actually a guy named Henry. He was part of that secret lab that 11 was in. He was one, and 11 was 11. She sent him into the Upside Down, and he eventually took over the Mind Flayer, the organism that lived in the Upside Down, and we find out he's the main villain of everything in this show. During last season, he opened up the four gates, and now part of the Upside Down is bleeding into Hawkins, and that's where we left off from season four. Taking place several months after the events where Vecna has successfully opened up the gates, they're called rifts in the show, to the Upside Down, causing it to bleed into Hawkins. Now, the four episodes that they aired last night involves the gang's attempts to locate and destroy Vecna, while surprises and secrets are revealed during the four episodes. Like I said, won't go over each thing that happened in the four episodes. Just briefly give a synopsis about what the story goes, what progressive, what happens, and of course, obviously, some secrets and surprises get revealed during the four episodes. Now, one of the mysteries that take place involves Molly, Mike and Nancy's younger sister, who is taken by a demigorgon to the Upside Down. Later on, we learn that Vecna, disguised in his human form as Henry, has a plan to kidnap several children to Hawkins and place him in an idyllic landscape within his mind. Oh no! Now, while this is going on, the gang's latest incursion into the Upside Down, which are called crawls, goes awry, leaving Hop trapped in the Upside Down, along with 11, who goes to the Upside Down in an attempt to save Holly. It goes back and forth as we get to see how the gang is, goes into the crawl. They have a very intricate plan, which I won't go over it because it's too much to try to describe it here in this little recap right here. While at the same time, we learn that a demigorgon is about to kidnap Molly, and we see them trying to save Molly from that place. But unfortunately, the demon gets her, mauls both Mike's and Nancy's parents up, and they take Holly, and 11 decides to go him after him in the Upside Down, and eventually her and Hop reunite. Now, after they reunite, they learn that the military has actually built a base on the Upside Down, and they're conducting these weird experiments, and for some reason, the leader of, I think her name is Colonel K, played by Linda Hamilton. Nice to see her in this series right here. And also, there's this huge wall that's blocking their way, some type of organic wall that's blocking their way, trying to locate and rescue Holly. Now, unfortunately, the wall is too thick enough that even Eleven can't open it with her powers. Now, back in Hawkins, Will learns that he is actually still connected to Vecna and the hive mind of the Mind Slayer, and uses that to locate Vecna's next target, a little bully kid named Derek Turnbow. Now, the gang pulls an elaborate scheme to protect Derek and put a tracker on the Demigorgon to see if they can locate and rescue Holly. But they, and I believe it's Dustin, Steve, Jonathan, and Nancy, they all eventually go into the upside down themselves by tracking the Demigorgon. Now, at the same time, speaking of Holly, she's really having a good time in Henry's virtual landscape when she receives a map and a compass in the mailbox asking her to go past the rocks, where Henry tells her not to go past them because the monsters might get her. It's a nice and elaborate ruse. Basically, we get to see Holly. She has basically everything that a girl her age would want and be able to eat anything she wants. But she sees this thing in the mail slot. It's a map that tells her how to get to the compass. I mean, how to get to the bricks or the rocks, and a compass, so that way she doesn't get lost. And I thought this was very elaborate. Now, at first, she's afraid that it's the monsters that Henry warned her about, but lo and behold, by the end of the third episode, it's not a monster, it's Max! What the hell? Wait a minute. Max is still in the coma. How can she be in Henry's mind? Well, we do get an exposition dump of how Max is in Henry's virtual landscape while at the same time still in the coma. We actually learn that she's actually trapped in Henry's memories. And that's where Holly is at. And we also learn that Henry is terrified of this cave system that Max is living in. So, whatever that representation in Henry's memories, that cave system that Max is in, he's terrified of it and has to do something of his memories. And I'm pretty sure, probably in season two, which comes on Christmas, we might find out why he's so terrified of it. And that's not the only surprise that takes place in this show. Another surprise happens when Hop and Eleven invade the base, believing Vecna is being held there, but to everyone's surprise and even mine, because I did not think there was going to be this person, is Callie. Yeah, Callie, the only other survivor from the Hawkins lab, who we really haven't seen since season two. Yeah, it's her. What the hell is she doing here? And I find it fascinating that they decided to bring her back because when we first saw her in season two, it was at the time when Eleven was trying to find her birth parents and she gets with Callie's gang. Everyone felt as though she was some type of an intrusion or some type of a forced thing and no one didn't really like her. But for some reason, they brought her back. And it's going to be really interesting to see what the hell the military is doing with her. Meanwhile, back in Hawkins, the rest of the gang infiltrate the military base that's there, obviously as a precaution to make sure that the Upside Down doesn't bleed anything more. They attempt to rescue the remaining children who have been visited by Mr. What's It. That's the that's what the children call Vecna to prevent him from kidnapping them more and taking them back into his place, so that way they go into the virtual mindscape that he puts them in. Unfortunately, the kids are caught, and right before the military can do anything, Vecna and several demigorgons attack and massacre all the soldiers and take the children back to the Upside Down. Well, Vecna toys with Will, telling them he's taking the children because they're part of his plan to reshape the world. I guess he said because their minds are weak, they don't resist, they'll do anything and say anything. That's why he's using them. Whatever scheme he has is going to take over the world. The children are a part of it, so he takes the kids, sends them back down to the Upside Down. At the same time, he sends Demigorgons to kill the rest of the gang. That's Will, that's Lucas, that's Lucas and Will, Lucas and everyone else. But they're stopped in their tracks as Will unleashes his dormant psychic powers and kills them. Yes, way to go, Will! I'm pretty sure a lot of people cheered when that happened because I was not expecting Will to have any psychic powers, but unfortunately, it does make sense because you have to remember he's been psychically linked to the Mind Slayer and then Vecna since the beginning of the series, so he really had to have some type of side effect, and that's the side effect from him always being linked to Vecna and the Mind Slayer. So it was pretty nice to see him get the powers that he has, and it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen now because now we have 11, we have Callie, we have Will. Oh boy, it's going to be very, very good. So I really did enjoy all the episodes. I loved the surprises because I was not expecting to see all the people. I did not expect to see Max because Sadie Sink really was not in the show other than just her being in the hospital bed in a coma with Lucas sitting next to her. So I was wondering if she was going to be play a part in the show because she is a major character in the show, and to see her there in Vecna's virtual mindscape is pretty interesting, and I'm looking forward to see how she and Holly are going to escape his virtual mindscape, and why is he so terrified of those rocks? Yeah, once again, everyone does a fine job, great acting, really no complaints whatsoever. Obviously, there are a few couple of things that I did not like. Erica being added on kind of feels kind of forced, but she's also a major player. It was kind of funny how they kidnapped Derek. I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, overall, I really did enjoy the first 4 episodes. So again, the next part will come on Christmas Day. So we're looking forward for the next 3 episodes of Stranger Things season 5. So there you have it, gang. That is my video, a recap of part 1 of season 5 of Stranger Things. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, like, and share. It really helps out with that YouTube algorithm. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. That way, you'll be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Money G, and always remember, horror rules. I see you in my next video. Guys, stay safe out there.